It was a fireflies. I mean, the note taker.
Should we all wave at you, Vaughn?
Sorry, she's not on yet.
Oh.
That's, someone's robot, taking notes. Isn't that yours, Drew? No, I'm
This is, the agenda says September 29th.
oh, who said that? Huh,
Is this last month's agenda?
oh,
Because we go,
Actually-
we, the elected officers, right?
Yeah, we did.
this is last one.
This is last month.
Okay, yes, it is.
Okay, I'll.
Well, I'll share it too. Ashley, can you go print out?
Yeah.
The minutes are right.
Okay, got that. All right, I will start recording. Three, oh, already recorded. Okay, great. What? Yeah. I don't know how to, oh.
Yeah, they didn't update the date.
Okay,
Oh, no, no,
that's the agenda.
meetings, that's the meetings, the agenda's got the wrong date on it. Yeah.
I think that-
No, it's the wrong agenda.
Wrong agenda.
It's from last month. No.
Oh, it's the right one on the, website.
Yes,
Yes.
Oh.
Not today.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Oh, there's. Right. I need a, cause he needs the agenda to. To read all.
I'm printing it out right now.
With your each, you'll get one and then you'll start reading off the agenda.
Me?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. we take those.
Well, we can start because it's the same first two. If you want to go ahead and start.
Well, it's all to pause, so it's okay, she's not gonna come up.
Okay.
Just grab these old ones, hang on.
What about using this fact sheet?
So this one, sorry.
No, no, no.
Oh, that's the end.
Huh? Really?
Yeah.
Unless you just want to keep.
I am on a little bit of a time crunch. I do need to be out of here at 10 o'clock.
And then if we're not done by then.
My mom, who is 85 years old, has a procedure this afternoon. Gotta get her to. I gotta give her. If I don't, she'll drive herself, get drugged up and drive home. So.
Henry, you can go ahead and let them call the meeting to order and do the standard voice. They all got the mail, the children, and the.
Let me. Oh. You can call the meeting to order.
The October 27th, 2025 meeting, the Board on Aging is called to order at 9:05 a.m.
You need a
I,
second?
It's gonna be the same, so it's gonna be, we're gonna skip the minutes for now.
we'll do the roll call.
Okay, so we'll do the roll call. And how do people say they're here, or do I call them?
Yeah, you'll just call each of their name and then they'll say,
Oh, Lucinda Valenti.
Right.
In the building,
Here.
yeah, Pam Gibson, I knew Pam. And Betty Conley.
Here.
Well, Yvonne Cantu,
Yvonne might be joining us on Teams, but she said she may not be able to.
oh, okay, and Lavity, oh, I'm here too. And do we do the approval of the minutes? Okay, so
Did everyone get to read the minute?
did everyone read these minutes?
I did, yes.
Yeah.
Read them.
So we can make a motion to approve as presented, or if you have any edits.
So moved. To approve for minutes.
Anybody want to second me?
I'll second it.
Everybody in favor?
Aye.
All that opposed?
All opposed? Nobody? That passes unanimously. Okay, so we're gonna go to citizen comment period. Anybody here want to speak from the citizens of Kyle?
Yeah.
You do?
I gave each of you a stack of the AARP's Road to Livability. I think that you may find these really useful in setting goals and any projects you want to do. For the coming year or years.
Before you, can you state your name and who you are?
Sure, Laura Lee Harris, City Council,
Okay, thank you.
District 4. Member of CAS. The first one is the general roadmap to livability. Talks a little bit about some of the crucial things that are important in communities for seniors. Number 2 is how to conduct listening sessions and studies to learn from the community what they feel is important for seniors. Number 3 is housing. Number 2, housing issues, forest transportation. I do not have 5 and 6 in here. I wanted to see if you like working with these. I'd be happy to order them. They're free from ARP. They also have one on Parks and Recreation, which we gave to the Parks Board a couple of years ago, as a matter of fact, and one on community gardens, which we gave to the community gardens. So we found these really helpful. They will be very helpful if we want to apply for AARP's livable communities. They have a certification that is really pretty prestigious for the senior community. So I'm happy to help walk you through any of these or more. I've got more at home for others that might be interested. If you want to get them to anybody that has, or it has, or anything like that, have an extra copy. I have plenty of them. Let me know if you, after you've reviewed these, and if you think they'll be helpful in setting goals and deciding what you want to, as a commission, as a board, work on. I'm happy to order them if you do some subcommittees, if you want to like have a housing subcommittee.
I'd like to have it for CAS, and we've worked with these with the county and in Houston and stuff, so they're fantastic.
Yeah.
They're fantastic,
They
so,
are.
I mean, you might not think you'll use all of them, but eventually we will, so I'd like to have it for CAS.
Sure, how many do you want?
We have 8 board members,
I've got that many.
okay. So that's,
So let me know, guys, if you want if you decide you want to go towards 5 and 6, and I'll order them. Or I'll just go ahead and say, you want them now, I'll be happy to order those. They were not in print when I ordered the whole packet.
I'm also with the county on the age committee there, and so
Mhm.
I'm gonna present this to the county if you don't mind, or could you come to that meeting?
Well, yeah, depends on which meetings I'll be missing.
Well, I'll let you know when it is.
Yeah, so that's Ellen's on that one as well.
Yes, yes. Go to the courthouse and send one.
Thank you.
You're welcome. They are great. And they have a website that you can sign up for that I highly recommend this committee sign up for. It's AARP livable communities. It's on the bottom of each one of these front pages. There it is.
Okay,
That's it.
thanks.
There's other examples of communities that have used this and done things, and there are funds available through AARP to help with any projects you might want to do. They're not huge. We tried to get it for the community garden, didn't get it for the community garden, but we were very high on the list, so.
Anything else?
Nothing, well, not right this minute.
Okay.
You know, Tim, I've got a lot.
I know you got a lot. I mean, right now, okay. Well, then we need to close the citizen comment period. Do we need to vote on that, or that just happens? Okay. Okay, so the citizen comment period is closed. And we'll move to the staff reports and presentations. First item is to receive a report, hold a discussion, and provide staff feedback regarding general updates on city programs, Kyle area senior zone CAS partnership, capital projects, citywide updates, and future meetings.
All right, well, good morning, everyone. My name is Amy Garcia. I'm the Assistant Director for the Parks and Recreation Department. So I'll be going through the monthly report. So just a brief overview, we have the updates regarding city programming, what occurred here in this past October, as well as what's coming up for November. Then we'll go over the Kyle Area Senior Zone Partnership and where we're at in that process. Capital improvement project updates, as well as citywide updates and future meetings. All right, so just a quick flashback for October. We did conduct our Kyle Market Days, Founders Day Parade on October 11th. We did have a performance by Los Spark Notes. We had a Halloween Boogie All Abilities dance as well. That occurred on October 17th, right before a City Fest event. So City Fest occurred on one Saturday ago, October 18th, and this was the State of the City where our mayor gave an address and gave an update where the city's at, where we're going to. We did have performance during that time. We had a performance by Suede and Love and Happiness, and where our city booths also set up to give some information about what city services we provide. And then we had some activation zones for kids. So we had a Tenta truck as well as some inflatables. We had a chili contest and food vendors out in this area.
The cast look? They want.
Some of the pictures are here from the, so we have Market Day, the Cats float, and then here on the bottom was also from the Market Days. What was that? That's what it is. Right, and then coming in also into October, we, for the first time, we joined the initiative for our TRAPS Kyle Unplugged. So TRAPS is the Texas Recreation and Park Society. It is a organization that our department is also a part of. We are under agency membership, and through that, we joined the initiative for Unplug. And this was just an opportunity for individuals to come out as a free opportunity, just to get away from the phones, get away from the computers. We also offered a free service. So we had kids zone activities, just some information booths as well. And then we also offered food at this event. So this was done at Steeplechase on October 21st. We had our Center Street trick or treat if anybody was able to join us this past Saturday. We did have some weather impacts due to the storm that did roll in, but we were able to conduct the event. We did push it back. It was originally supposed to be 9 to 12, and it actually was 11 to 2. We had our costume contest occurred. We did have some partnership with the Kyle Library, where they came and read a book during that time. And then we had free face painting and balloon making also going on inside Krug, with some activation areas for photo ops. So that event, pending the weather, everything else went really well. We will have a first responders event on October 28th, which will be this Tuesday, which is tomorrow, at Heroes Memorial Park. And it's just an opportunity for the Parks and Recreation Department to highlight those heroes and first responders. That event will begin at 6 p.m. So if you guys are free, Heroes Memorial Park tomorrow at 6 p.m. We will have a partnership with local schools and elementaries We sent out a opportunity for students to write in for an opportunity to read their letters at the event. So we do have some letters to be read by Hayes CISD students at this event to tell the individuals what first responders means to them. And then upcoming, we have, and so during these upcoming events, you'll see a sprinkle of Parks and Recreation and as well as some other events going on in the city, and that is from the library or any other departments. So November 1st, we have Art in the Park. November 4th, we'll have Social Squad, and that is a program for individuals with disabilities 18 and over. We have a Jams on the Green on November 6th, and then Movies in the Park on November 7th, and Kyle Market Days and Veterans Day Parade on November 8th. We are still accepting applications for the Veterans Parade participants. So the registration is currently low at this time, but we do encourage anybody, if you know of any organizations or partnerships that would like to join, it is free to join. The parade will be conducted from 11 to 12, and then the actual setup begins at 9. So if anybody is interested in that.
Where are these events going to be taken?
The Art in the Park event, I believe, is going to be at the gazebo at Mary Kyle Hartson Park.
Okay.
Social Squad will be taking place here at Republic.
Okay.
Jams on the Green is at La Verde Park, and that's it's just an opportunity to come out and listen to music. We have vendors at that event as well. And then Movies in the Park, offhand, the location, I would like to say it's at Greg Park, but do not quote me on that one. I can get with you after
Okay.
this meeting.
Okay.
And then, of course, Market Days and Veterans Day Parade is at Mary Kyle Hartson Park, and we go from Greg Clark Park down Center Street. All right, and then other upcoming events on the 4th and the 8th, we have the community yoga class, and that is a program held by the library. And then we will have our pickleball tournament. So if anybody's interested in joining that, registration is currently open on Rec Desk. We will have a fall themed skate night at Ash Pavilion, which is at Greg Clark Park. Registration is also open for that. We will have a DJ out for that. And then on November 15th, we have an organic gardening class, if anybody's interested, to get some information on that. November 19th, a Crafty Creations festive napkin rings. That is also through the library. I don't have much information on that. But it is on our new city website. So if you guys didn't know, we did launch a new city website. It's cityofkyle.gov.
So these are at the library, like the yoga class and
The yoga and the Crafty Creations, yes, ma'am. And then the organic gardening class is through the Parks and Recreation Department.
And that's at the community garden, right?
All right, and then to roll through the rest of November, we have Sound Healing, and that is through the Kyle Library as well. November 20th, we will have a social squad, and November 22nd, we have our family night out event, and it's just a free opportunity for families to come out. We'll have games and vendors out at this area, and as well as some music. And then a volunteer trail cleanup day. This is through the Parks and Recreation Department as well. All registration can be found on Kyle Rec Desk, kylrec.recdesk.com. All right, and here's some information regarding the Kyle Community Garden. So this is located at 193 Goddard. It opened in 2024, and the gardeners must be Kyle residents. So updated this year, we have our new plot charges that would be associated. So a 4x8 garden bed is $45 for the year. A 4x8 ADA garden bed and table would be $30 per year. And then an 8x12 partnered organization bed is $75 a year. And then we are currently offering gardening partnership programs as well.
Which is what?
And I can go more in depth into that. So the garden partnership program, essentially we kind of make it like, you know, when you're in your family, each of y'all have chores. Someone does the dishes, someone's doing something else. So you don't count it by hours. You're just like, hey, if it's your month to do the dishes, it's your month to do the dishes. So in that sense, to be able to waive the fee for your garden plot, you'd be sign up for a chore. So you'd have to sign up for at least 6 chores throughout the year. And so if you're interested and you want to do that, I would send you the Sign Up Genius page. And then on there, you sign up for the 6 chores. You can't repeat the same chore more than 3 times, just to make sure everyone gets a chance to do that tour in case it gets signed up. And yeah, so there's different chores that include watering. Other ones is like a Boy Scout maintenance, because we have gardens that are ours, that they don't belong to anyone, but they're ours that the Boy Scouts made that we help maintain and plant in there. And so there's that chore, and there's another one that's weeding, so just grabbing, pulling weeds out of like the gravel around the garden plots, just hand pulling them. I'm trying to think the other ones. Other one is making sure the tool shed is organized and kept well, and then to report if there's anything missing or damaged. Another one is pathway care. So essentially just making sure they can make sure the walkways around the garden are clear gravel and pebbles, and so it's cleared out, as well as the ADA ramp that goes from the parking lot to the garden, that one's clear. So there's just several chores that people can sign up for, and because they are part of our garden partner in that sense, they don't have to pay for their plot. Yeah, any questions on that?
Tamara, this actually, and this is before you came, that the garden was started through the Community Garden Committee. It was a committee of the city council under the Parks and Rec. Those committees, according to our charter, are only 1 year. You're having to renew that committee every year, which was really irritating. But what we have been doing is moving those committees into kind of semi-autonomous programs, what they were calling the partnership program. There are several. Trails Committee has gone to a partnership. We've got a partnership with Hayes Master Naturalist, with the garden clubs. So we're moving those to those semi-autonomous. Basically, they're a support organization for that task. In this case, the community garden. So they don't have to be renewed every year. They're pretty autonomous to themselves. They're really not staff driven. They're self-supervising, and some of that is designed to free the staff up, where these really are community based. But since they're using, of course, the city resources, the city maintains some control over that.
They still maintain, yeah, they still are there maintaining the garden. But now organizations or individuals can sign up to be a garden partner. So that's really exciting. Everyone gets to be more a part of it. So we've had a couple of people sign up already to want to be a garden partner. Some people have opted to waive, and they just rather pay, just only do 1 hour of volunteering each month. So those are the 2 options. Either you pay the annual fee and you commit to just doing 1 hour of community service for the garden once a month. 1 hour per month, or you become a garden partner, and essentially you are caring for a certain area of the garden for that month. And again, you just have to do it 6 times throughout the year. There's something that I want to add to that.
I have a question.
Yeah,
So what's the occupancy rate of it? Is it full? Is there a waiting list?
right
Is there-
now, because we wanted to give the people that had it, had no charge for the first year, because in our pilot year, we didn't want to charge anyone. We want people to just, get in there and like get a feel for it. And then starting in this month, in October, with our new fiscal year, we put an annual fee to it. And so right now, I'm letting them have like letting them adjust or transition to decide, one, if they want to pay for this year, if they want to stay, or if they want to be a garden partner. And then after October, okay, we've given you a month to decide which way you want to go. All right, now we're gonna see which plots are actually free up, and then we'll start putting it out there. So I think right now, we had about, 20 plots that was rented from last year. And so I suspect another 5 will be freed up. So I think we'll have another like 15 or 20 that'll be freed up. But as soon as this month is over, we'll start pushing it out there, because we want to get those plots filled up. But I want to give them a chance to decide before we do a complete open up to the public.
Courtney, can you talk to Kaz about this partnership? if we can put you on the program? Because there's a lot of people there that like to do gardening.
And we presented it a couple of times to Cass.
Yeah,
Remember, I came and did a special workshop event.
right, so maybe we can do one again.
Right, thank you, Tamara. I did want to highlight, one thing I did, skip over really quick was on that pickleball tournament on November 8th, we did create a new age group. So we had a 50+ age group for the pickleball tournament. So there are 3 spots remaining for that pickleball tournament. So 50+. And that was by demand, high demand from the individuals that were playing. They wanted a separate age group, so that's why that one was created. And so we have 3 spots remaining for that, if anybody is interested, or if you know anybody that's interested in playing pickleball. All right, so on the CAS partnership, this slide is just to go over, again, we hit on this on the last meeting in September, but this is just a quick highlight regarding the benefits with the partnership. And just a reminder, so the CAS partnership is with the city. We are currently working through some agreements for the Kyle Community Center. And so with that being said, into the next slide, we held the last meeting on October 7th. We have a monthly meeting held with CAS. We go over the building, any issues that may have occurred for that past month, or any upcoming issues that they foresee, programs and events. So we give them the information on what we have coming up, as well as they're giving us some information. We will also confirm that all of their information is on our rec desk calendar. So if anybody is looking to see when CAS programming is, that is also on rec desk. Giving up general updates and then reviewing, of course, the community center agreement. We do bi-weekly meetings on the first Tuesday of the month to continue to review the agreement. We did our chair rodeo. So this happened last week, I believe last Thursday. Yeah, so we were able to get some of the CAS board members to come out. They tried out some of the chairs that we had. So that was the chair rodeo aspect of it. We gave a couple of options for each section. And so we got great feedback from the board and the members. And so we are talking with the vendor now to get some of those updates. There were some questions related to some of the chairs. So we're going to get that back to the CAS board on our next meeting for some of those questions. And then our next meeting will be November 6th. Any questions on that? All right, so upcoming events, we have our Winter Preparedness Fair, and that is through the Kyle Library as well. We have our partnership program, which is chair volleyball, happening on November 7th. If anybody is interested, that is done at the Krug Activity Center. That is a free program. November 11th and the 18th, we will be having the Thanksgiving luncheon with the Knights, and I believe that is through the Kyle Library or
No,
No, I don't know who the 11th is,
Uh-huh.
but the 18th is CAS Thanksgiving lunch.
Gotcha. Okay. And then the November 21st will be the second chair volleyball program. So that is done 2 times a month. And then we will have senior bingo on November 22nd. And then at this time, we do also have the Kyle Parks and Recreation Department, some of our representatives going out to the luncheons to give some general information about upcoming programs and events to the CAS members, as well as some capital improvement projects as well.
Now that I know that the 11th is a Tuesday, that is our Tuesday Thanksgiving lunch from CAS,
Mhm.
and then the Knights do the other one.
Gotcha.
So they don't do the Knights on the 11th.
Gotcha. We'll make that correction on there. All right, and just a general update for the capital improvement projects. We have the facility. So construction has kicked off as of last week. So we have begun that process for the Kyle Community Center. As more updates are being able to come up, we will give that information to the board as well as the Kyle Area Senior Zone members. So just at this time, we are looking for substantial completion as of late March of 2026, with final completion late April of 2026. Just a reminder, we do have some opportunities to fast track some of these phases, just pending material lead times. And then, like I mentioned before, we did the chair rodeo. All right, we had some questions last meeting regarding some of the trails. So we added a link within this slide regarding some Vibe Trail information. So this is the dashboard that is currently existing on our website. The link may need to be updated. This was pre the launch of the new website. So more than likely it's the same thing, but .gov at planning and page and maps. but we will get you guys that link, if you're interested.
Can you go back to the CAS one part of it? Have they,
Which, to the partnership?
whatever, have they done the roads, anything about the entrance and the exits
Oh.
out of there?
I
So
don't
they
have the
could-
information.
No,
don't
we've reached out to the, transportation. We want to give them the opportunity to come and give some updates regarding that. So I should have mentioned as we went through the monthly updates, we reached out to different departments. So as we discussed last, meeting, we want to give everyone the opportunity in different departments. This is not just a Parks and Recreation led, initiative. This is citywide. So we're giving, every department an opportunity. We have an update coming for communications because we talked about communication platforms to get to the seniors. And through that, we reached out to transportation. So we are hoping to have them on the next meeting, if not the December meeting, just to give a general update regarding the transportation, master plan, as well as an update related to, the Kyle Community Center.
Thank you.
All right, and then just some general updates. If there are any questions on this, we do have our Deputy Director, Chris Escoto, in the room as well. So we have our Spring Branch Trail, and this property is at Silverado property. It's completing the floodplain study, and construction plans are at 90%. We have our Plum Creek East Trail, which is a
Can you go
1.
back to the Spring Branch Trail? Where is that?
Silverado. Jimmy.
Yeah, it's located near the Hometown Kyle kind of area, so it's just. I have to bring up a map to kind of show you the pinpoint. It's located on the west side of town, past Burleson and.
It's off 2770. Comes off 27, comes off, do you know where Brooks Crossing is? On Veterans? So between Plum Creek and Silverado, there is like a big, huge. It's almost a creek, except it's ephemeral. It only has water in it when it floods. And behind there is where the trail is going. It's between the Silverado and that creek. Kind of comes around Brooks Crossing. Like the Brooks Crossing starts.
I like that, okay. I live there. That's why I was like, wait a minute, where's that? Yeah, you got it.
And well, so it's there by your creek that floods all the time and floods those backyards, and we're hoping
yeah.
we're gonna help with that.
And what does CIP stand for?
Capital Improvement Projects.
Yeah, so what you see on the screen there, it's actually the picture on the top right. That's Spring Branch. So the area in red is what will be under construction. The area in green is yet to still be programmed. But that's what's happening with that project.
That will connect all the way to downtown.
Yeah, and
So cool.
that's a TPWD, Texas Parks and Wildlife grant that was received for that project as well.
Sorry, I just was like, whoa.
No, it's good.
So that looks familiar.
All right, and then one of the other projects is the Plum Creek East Trail, which is 1.57 miles. This is through Waterleaf Bun Creek area, and this is funded through the 2020 bond for the VIP CIP projects. And those are through monthly updates as well. We're currently updating the flood plan data and then incorporating environmental lighting design at this time. And those are the latest updates for that. And then we have the St. David's connector as well. And this is set to go under the bridge and connect FM 1626 to the water tank to the shopping centers. So on the west side of 35, where the new water tank, yeah,
HEB and.
where St. David is projected to be. So if you were going over that bridge, it's to your right.
Part of that's already in. Really pretty down there.
And then through that, so the latest update is the finalizing the easement acquisition. And then last but not least is the TA grant for Philomena, the Philomena segment, which is 0.38 miles on the Philomena to the I-35. And this is the Vibe connection. This is currently expected for notification on October of 2025. So this is currently in that process. Do you have any other updates on that?
Yeah, no, I checked the TxDOT website actually over the weekend, and they have a upcoming board meeting at the end of the month, but they don't have the the award notification just yet, so I anticipate that being November 2025 when we'll be receiving any notification if we are going to be awarded that grant, which is a 80-20 split grant, so.
Any questions over any CIP updates?
Was there ever a plan to put a trail over there, closer to actually near hometown Kyle? In that big field, I guess, south, but it's just at the end of hometown Kyle. Where that big field is right now?
Answer is yes.
Yeah,
I thought at one point they were like clearing land.
Yeah, I would say that one of the things that we're currently doing, the current alignment that you see not only on our proposed master plan, but just the existing bike trail is something that we do envision updating here in the next couple months or so. We're gonna be triggering a new contract to update our trails network. So it's gonna be kicking off a new trails master plan. Where if for whatever reason it's not identified, then at that point would be the perfect time for us to be able to make that happen. To show that.
I thought I saw them clearing some land.
Are you talking about there at Stagecoach?
Well, like if you're. I'm looking at hometown Kyle.
Mhm.
And I'm here at Hawthorne. And it goes down this way towards the Walgreens, and then it ends.
Right, that's where that new development's going in.
Oh, that is right.
Mhm.
But weren't they clearing some land in there for a
Probably.
trail?
Yeah, there'll be, the Vibe Trail goes through there.
Oh, okay, because I went down there on my bike the other day and there's no trail at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's several developments that
Okay.
are in the works and the team is working with all those developments to make sure that that bike trail is connected.
Okay, great.
The plans for that are pending.
Okay.
And then when you go on this, and I send you the updated one for the Vibe dashboard, it goes through all the proposed, the ones that are in construction, the ones that are existing, so you kind of get a glimpse of where they're all supposed to connect.
For those of you who are not familiar with the Vibe, this is part of the transportation network. The trails are part of that. The Vibe actually is 75 miles of 12-foot wide concrete trail that connects every neighborhood in the city and to all of the retail. So it'll be amazing. You can go anywhere in the city using golf cart, scooter, bicycle, or walking on this trail. East to west, north to south.
All right, and then just give some updates for citywide updates. So I did mention before, so last week we did launch our new website. So it's cityofkyle.gov. So that is one of the major updates. If you're looking to get on the city website, it's not .com anymore, it's .gov. Yes, ma'am.
Why are there not redirects on the old .com website? It's so frustrating.
It didn't yesterday.
What?
It did not redirect yesterday.
Because all of us, we have shortcuts on our phone. And you would think, and then yes, we know that it's moved. But you would think that in the development process, it would have put a redirect, and I don't know.
They
who did
have,
that.
I mean, they have.
Well,
It's
where-
just,
where is
it would be automatic, but it wasn't working yesterday. They just came up yesterday. It is brand new.
I know.
It's just, it
So
would be
if-
automatic,
so
but it
if-
didn't work yesterday.
If you go to .com,
It should take you automatically to .gov.
so it is there.
It just wasn't working yesterday.
It's gonna.
Because everybody's saying, why is it redirect?
And I just did it just now. It redirected on.
Yeah.
I'm just pulling it up now.
It was just a glitch yesterday. But yes, it's an automatic.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
it just redid it.
okay, okay.
Yeah, it's okay. And then with the new process, it's
So
gonna come up
glitches.
some glitches. And so the team is still working through it. So communications is working really hard just to make sure. And they're getting feedback from every department as well and also citywide and citizens as well as we go through the process. But thank you for bringing that to our attention. Chris and I believe Miss Betty also tried just now, but it just redirected.
Yeah, I
us.
did it on my phone too.
Okay, good.
All right, and then,
Yeah, the Transportation and Public Works Department, again, the link, we have to turn this in before the whole launch, so it probably is not gonna go to the right page, but they are doing a survey on Uber Kyle. And so to give a really quick synopsis of what Uber, I just want to know, who knows about Uber Kyle. Okay, cool, great, just kidding. It's really cool. It's, I think, one of the coolest things I've seen in a city, the $3.14, I think it's for 10 trips. And right now they're doing a evaluation, so please, the survey closes on Friday. They have a survey just for like regular Uber Kyle, and then they also have a survey for Uber Kyle for wheelchair accessibility. So, whoever that needs to make sure their voice is known, please send them the link to be able to go through that. Again, it closes on Friday. So, and after that, we'll share, or hopefully they will come to a board on aging meeting to share the results of the Uber Kyle program. And then, again, this is just gonna take you to all the adult programs that the library has.
Thank you, Tamara. And then just to make sure we're all on the same page, we did have those updated meetings. So the November meeting will not happen the last Monday of the month. It'll actually happen on November 17th. And then as well as the December meeting, and this was just to get ahead of the holidays as most people begin to travel or go out of town or spend time with their family. So December 15th will be the December meeting. And then we'll go back to regularly scheduled meetings January, so January 26th, and then February 23rd. All right, any questions? I will conclude my question.
Feedback.
I have one more question.
Yeah.
You mentioned something about there's a volunteer trail cleanup
Yes, sir.
project.
Mhm.
Do y'all have something similar to that, just to clean up our sides of the roadways?
I would say those are different, just due to the safety
Well, I
aspect
know
of
they're
it.
different, but I'm
You
wondering,
mean like those adopt a
We don't
street
have-
programs?
I guess that would be it, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But I just wondered if there's something even other than that, because I don't know about you, but I travel around Cal and it's just filthy. And it's just, to me, it's just tremendous, So my wife and I, we go walking up and down Veterans and picking up trash, and we'll pick up, several bags of plastic and garbage, but is there anything more organized than just, I'm gonna go out and do it today?
Besides the parks and trails,
No,
Not sure
I wouldn't
either.
say there's nothing organized, but we do have the 311. So if you are ever out, we have the 311 process to where you can submit a request or a ticket if you do see litter, debris, or even graffiti out in our parks or any area. We will be able to send out the correct department to address any of your concerns that you see out there. You can even attach a picture with that area, and then you can also request to get updates regarding that. So 311 is how you would be able to send that in.
It's just for parks?
Anything within the city.
Oh, okay,
Mhm.
so I'm driving over there by that, the flea market, and it's just trash hanging from.
Yeah.
Trees, one day I was
Yeah.
over at HEB, and there was plastic bags
Mhm.
hanging from all these trees. It's
Yeah.
like,
And some of it would go under the what is that group for the permitting group?
Code enforcement.
Code enforcement, I'm sorry, thank you.
oh,
They would be also able to address
Okay.
with the business or the organization that will oversee that area. So some of the areas that you may be going through may be ETJ, or some part of the business owner has the obligation to clean those areas.
Well, I did that, actually, now that you mentioned it, this code enforcement,
Mhm.
because there was that, what's the name of that little school there that they put up there on Veterans, close to the,
Goddard?
Goddard.
Mhm.
When they were constructing that, I mean, there was just trash
Mhm.
everywhere, and I was calling up the school, and they wouldn't respond, so I called up the city,
Mhm.
and they must have done something.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
they were picking up the trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, 301's like our new way, and it's pretty great because every department that is in charge of the path that is under them, they have to do it in a certain service time, like within 24 hours, 48 hours. It really depends on the type of service or work that is requested, but there is an expectation of completeness.
311 is not available on weekends, is it? Because I tried calling
It
311.
is.
Well, when I tried calling 311, I couldn't get through 311, so I had to call 911. But somebody left a stroller at the bridge with a blanket on the ground and something in the stroller on a bridge. And it was there all morning, and then I came back, it was still there, and I was like, somebody's gotta stop and call for this, because I didn't know if somebody jumped the bridge or threw a baby over the bridge or what happened. So I couldn't get through to 311, and I called 911.
It's a 7-day operation, I would say. I would say definitely what you did was correct with the
Yeah, that's-
911 for the or the non-emergency line is an option as well. But 311, they also take in. So if you do it from your phone, you have that opportunity instead of calling in as well. If you're ever having any issues.
Is there signage at the parks? We had an incident last week at the Mary Kyle Hartson Park.
Oh, there is signage.
What,
There is signage at the park.
to call for help?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a 311 signage.
It does?
Just check that out when I had to check with.
The parks have a call 311? To all the parks?
I know Barry Hartson, he told me he has a sign because we're having trouble with people now. There's no water in the fountain, swimming in the fountain. And we're having trouble with babies or whatever going down the slide, pooping on the slide.
Yeah.
So, people were coming into us and I said something to Dave and he said, there's a sign out
There's a
there.
sign out there to call 311?
So we just tell,
That's fine.
divert them to the sign.
Yeah, there's park signs and there are some parks that also have specific 311. Like I know every restroom within our park system does have a 311 sign in case anything needs to be addressed. But yes.
So if they see something that needs to be fixed or whatever, okay, good.
I have some feedback.
Okay.
We have spent 40 minutes on things that are not aging. That talking about things that don't apply to Board of Aging. We spent a lot, and I'm guilty of that. I got all excited about the parks and I was like, woo. And we're about to run out of time and we haven't even gotten to the meat of the meeting. I think future meetings, we need to be more streamlined and more focused on aging, Board of Aging issues. And I was bad about it. I'm admitting that. But I think at 40 minutes and we're not even to the meat of the meeting.
Yeah, and I
So-
think some of those items were brought up from the last meeting, so as I was taking notes, y'all, at the last meeting, y'all asked about getting updates on the vibe and trail, because y'all didn't know about the system, so which is why I included it. I usually wouldn't, but due to y'all's request, I added the trails on there, and the vibe as well. And then, for these other programs, and y'all can tell us if you just want us to feature programs that are purely for seniors, we can do that, but I think, we were talking about it earlier, I think the last one, just, we also feature the programs because they're multi-generational, so for you to bring other people from other age groups to know about those events. And then the other one, I can't remember what it was, that was also,
Okay, I'm just
Okay,
saying
so-
we need to be more focused on using Board of Aging
I agree.
as
I
aging.
agree.
So
so I guess that's from last feedback, so what is, I guess I want to make sure it's a consensus, like, we don't have to feature all the multi-generational programs.
Oh.
We can just do senior, I just need to know, because, and like I said, the trails are just brought up because y'all asked about that. So I cannot include that as the next one.
Oh, I like the multi-generational, but like we started talking about the garden and I got all excited about the garden, right? And we just, it's just, yeah.
But some of the, I feel, well, seniors and try to do generations, some of them connect. But what we're talking about,
But
it might
this-
not be the seniors at that time, it does somehow connect. So some of them, we can't just say senior only, because some of them are gonna connect.
I think it's nice to get, for this committee, the initial meeting or two like we've had. To get an understanding of some of the activities they're actually having, because not everybody's involved in all of them. But I think it's time to get down to work. I agree with you, we don't really need an update on programs. What we need to talk about is what this committee's work is going to be in the future.
Anything, any other feedback from the board? So I want to repeat what I'm hearing. So I guess in the next presentation, because I need us to be clear that we're all on the same page. So I guess if it's, I'll take out trails or any capital improvement projects, unless they're specifically. It's
I
wheelchair,
don't think we
access.
need an update on every program every month.
Okay,
Like the
So what
senior
kind of
center
programs?
needs an Update, that's
Right.
the
Mhm.
senior center.
Mhm.
That'd be
Oh,
good.
yeah.
I agree with it.
and then for programs, if we do you want to just be purely just for senior and up?
No, but I think we just need to go through it. And go, move on. I'm excited about the programs, but I think we just,
So I'm sorry, so do we want to keep the program in? I mean,
Yeah, just because
we want to keep a snippet, maybe keep it to 1 or 2 slides at the most, or remove it in general?
I think it's snippet,
So
we
we
know what's
I mean,
coming,
okay,
and we're aware of it.
Yeah.
Just not into all the definition, detail of
Perfect.
what's happening, because we know now that we can go onto the website and get all that information.
sounds good. We'll just
But,
maybe do one slide and do highlighted, like 3 to 5. Okay.
And remember, this committee is not related to parks. If I choose to have a mission that is related to parks, but it might not. It might not do a single thing related to the Parks Department. It may choose to do things this year that are solely related to transportation, walkability, bicycles. How would a scooter get around? How would a cart get around? How is it wheelchair accessible? Are these intersections senior ready? They're not. And, so then that wouldn't have nothing to do with parks. So it's not
Yes.
really a function of parks. It's administratively under the Parks Department for the assistant administration.
yes, ma'am. And we'll be sure that we add in some of that information. I want to go back to the original slide that we did last month. It did talk about like those programs and programs for seniors. So it is part of you guys being active as well and active in the community. So we don't want to forget that aspect of it, but completely understand. We want to make sure that we have these projects or opportunities for you guys to give information, recommendation on bigger picture items that impact the city as a whole. So we will definitely be sure to add that information in and make sure that those slides are so incorporated as well as, you know, the transportation.
The biggest thing with parks that I've been bringing up is for people, you have those beach chairs at the park. The seniors can't get in them because we can't get out of them. In order to enjoy the parks, you're gonna have some type of, like even the cement picnic tables. Seniors can't step over them, so that's what I'd like to do as far as disability, for seniors to be able to use the parks. Because at this time, seniors can't really use the parks.
Oh, the Adirondack chairs.
Yeah, I don't know, I call them beach chairs, but that one lady got in there, we had a hell of a time getting around, the fire department's right there, but then I thought every senior that gets in there, you can call the fire department, but that's what I would like to look, is for the disability and the movement for seniors to be able to enjoy these parks, or the vibe, or what.
So that's one of the things that this
Yes.
committee can do, is do a survey, get input, take a look at whether or not the parks are senior friendly. You know, these are good guides for doing those kinds of things on a global issue, not just a park,
Right.
not just a chair.
Right.
so I have something else. Listen to me. So
That's what's good.
I would like to know, and I don't want to be political, do we have a lot of seniors that are on SNAP or food programs that we need to be worried about November 1st?
We do.
Okay.
I can't say how many, we do.
Yeah, so
We have a lot of seniors that come for 1 meal a day is all they get, so they search out. Tuesday lunch with us, Wednesday with the Methodist Church, Thursday with Diane Creek, Friday, they search out those places to get those meals. And I know who they are, and I know who's on Snaps, because they'll come on, they'll call and ask, you get me this or that, but. I wanna do a food drive with Kaz, with the members, to drop a can of food off and this, and have our own little food pantry. You know, if this is all gonna happen, it's not gonna come right back just after November. So maybe we can get some stock it up, food, and then somebody needs it, we just put it out on the table. And you remember, we've done it before, you put it on the table, probably.
Well, we want to work with the food banks, because I know that Central Texas Food Bank and Hays County Food Bank both are ramping up. So there are things we can do to help them serve, especially the senior population.
With the senior population, a lot of them don't drive. So it's hard to even get to a food bank, some of them. So that's why once in a while, especially on Thanksgiving and Christmas, we have put food on the table and said, take what you want.
now, is there something as a board on aging that we could be doing? or we should be doing.
Maybe we can partner, like she said, with the food bank
Yeah.
and decide, I
I know
partnered
that's
with,
not on the agenda,
Oh,
but
yeah,
it's an
okay.
emergency though, I mean.
I
it's-
partnered with the food bank when I was working for the Huntington and was able to get the full turkey dinners and everything for those seniors, 89 of them. I partnered with the food bank, and so maybe we can somehow partner with the food bank.
I think there's some things that can be done definitely. Some of the things that the food banks have trouble doing is reaching out to the restaurants and grocery stores that might have food that they're just about ready to take off the shelf, especially the fresh produce, sprouts.
I was just gonna say spell.
That they would provide and, you know, you could definitely coordinate with those. And that is a big gap for them.
If we're in a position to do anything as a board, that's all. And I know there's a lot.
I would say, I mean, and also, there's no expectations as a board to like make an action. Does that make sense? Like, this is like for advisory and we're like talking about it, but then I just know I'm not depending on each of y'all to be doing something. We're not depending on each of y'all to be doing something right now in this month to solve a problem like that. So I just make
Oh,
sure
right.
that y'all, that's not on like, oh, do I need to be doing something like this one? So I just want to make sure that's clear that I'm not, there's no expectations for any of y'all to have to make a plan. So, but this is good to talk about because now that like that's coming up, I don't know, I'm trying to think who we could talk with, maybe Housing Authority, which they're planning on doing presentation in January, at this board meeting. Just about housing and seniors. And so I'm trying to think of what group we could bring out. It could even be a county to talk about like the seniors, and like where is it that the SNAPs, where other food programs that people can tap into so that we get the information and that information can be distributed. So that's a great point to
Yeah,
make. So we can
that's-
add it to on there.
Thank you.
Some of them don't even know where the food bank meets, you know, like
There's
at
a
the church.
distribution,
So
yeah.
maybe we can say to the food bank, get a list if you can, and we can put it out. Or communicate to other peoples to put them out, but we could try to get that information out that way.
You know, census does say where the aging groups are. You can actually, we can't get a census, Chris, we can get census by address, can't we, and age?
Yes, I believe so. We can extract that through GIS.
So there are ways of knowing, well, at least as of the last census. Where people under the age of 65 live, or maybe 55, I'm not sure where that census broke off.
Sorry, I did, it's like, that was,
It's timely.
yeah. It's-
More chairs?
For me?
You can go on to the next.
Oh, okay.
Everybody.
Okay, we'll go to the next item, which is receive a report, hold a discussion, and provide staff feedback regarding the review of current communication practices, understand media trends that impact outreach to older adults, and identify opportunities to strengthen engagement through existing and new channels.
Okay. Hello, my name is Tamara. I'm the strategic business manager. It's such a long name sometimes, so I just want to call this manager, but we are gonna go through different communication strategies that our department and the communication department does for the city. As well as what CAS is doing, because again, they are a big provider of our programs and services for seniors. And then we're gonna go through what is like the current trends, you know, what is like people have surveyed and how seniors are digesting, consuming information, as well as just looking at the local outlets that we have in this area. And then again, getting some feedback and suggestions. And this is upon request of what I want to talk about from last board meeting. So under your Unified Communications Department, this is what, how they say that they leverage their, to be able to get the word out in senior programming. So one is leveraging partnership with CAS. I think they go do some lunch and announcements and promoting resources and programs, to talk about the services that affect the senior community. And then Facebook, that is a big one that they use to engage the seniors. who are active on that platform, and then for, using local newspapers, advertisements and press releases, again, to get the word out for y'all. Those that prefer that traditional media source, and then, Kyle Quarterly, do y'all receive the Kyle Quarterly? Okay, great.
Just go.
Okay, good.
So
Yeah, I
what
figured-
Facebook do you use?
It is the cities,
The
the
city's
city of Kyle
Oh,
Facebook
okay.
page.
Don't even know it existed.
I know.
So-
Follow City of Kyle, Facebook. And then we also have one for NCAT.
With Facebook, we have ours and then we'll share and go back and forth to the city one.
And they'll see it repost, and then the Kyle Parks and Rec Department also has a Facebook page, and so follow us to join us. So that's how Communication Department talks about the city senior programs from across.
I'm so sorry.
City division.
And my flag is here.
I'd like to add one to that, it's coming up, Kyle Radio. Peter Kyle will have a program, regular program on Kyle Radio. In a couple of weeks, we will be going online, we'll be streaming online. And, in January, probably for on air, we're kind of stuck on FCC, not processing any paperwork. So they can't process our tower paperwork. We're ready to go on air until they come back. But the city's going to have a couple of programs, and the PAS will have a program, regular program on there, one for the calendar and one for information related to seniors.
Yeah, that's a good glimpse of what, I think Park and Rec, and then we'll talk about CAS too. And then for Park and Rec, the way we get the word out, is through weekly report. Well, this is also for the city. We feature our programs in there, but also the city uses, so we do. Y'all know about the weekly report. You guys heard of it? Maybe kind of, okay. So it's on the website, and do they do an email distribution? Like, or is it just posted on the, I think it's just on the city website. But on that weekly report, it features, big highlights from the city that's happened that past week, or might be reporting for the following week. Again, it's gonna be on the new website as well. So if you type in the search box, weekly report, it should be able to come up. And then, of course, we share our programming monthly with CAS, because we have that monthly meeting. And then, of course, with any major programs that are being featured, we submitted for the quarterly Kyle Parks and Rec. Oh, sorry, wrong one. So we have a Kyle Parks and Rec guide. So we had one this past summer. We're gonna come out with this new one for the winter. And it features just purely all the programs that are happening in events for the next 3 months. And then we have a monthly Rec Desk newsletter. So if you have an account on Rec Desk, you get this newsletter every month. And again, just featuring events and programs that we're having in that month. And then we use Facebook and Instagram. So for those, anyone that has, just wondering, who has Instagram? Okay, somebody, and then Facebook? All right. Okay. I know some people, depending on how you like to receive information, and so for us, those are the two mediums that we use on social media, Facebook and Instagram.
I only have them because of my daughter. Instagram, I have no idea.
I know, I just got on it a couple weeks ago. All right, Cal Senior Zone, Kaz. Of course, if you want to, you can talk on these if you want to, buddy, but more on it.
Yeah, okay, we do a monthly newsletter. We get 800 newsletters. They go out to the members and the businesses. We have about, 20 some businesses that we leave these.
Oh,
newsletters
more
at.
than that,
More than that?
more than that.
And then we also send out another maybe 800 emails that go out to members and stuff and business partners. We're hoping to be on radio so that we can feature. We do, there's write-ups in the Hayes County Free Press. They just did an interview with Cynthia and Dawn. I don't know if it's in there yet.
Okay.
And we do flyers to private facilities like assistant livings and all that we work at. And we have monthly meetings with y'all, and you come to and talk at CAS and then Facebook and webpage.
This is the picture of their webpage, so you know you're on the right one.
Yeah.
It said, get in the zone. Get in the zone. I love it. And then, again, those are just of what we do right now, but, I kind of looked up different sources, but there's one in particular that aligned with what the other sources had. But really the current trends for seniors, that how they consume information, the leading ones are TV and internet. Just like regular cable, regular TV, and ads that pop on through there, will lead to a lot of company website visits. And then there's also been a shift into for more seniors going into streaming services, just because that's, I guess, more prevalent. There's more options of shows to watch on there than regular TV. And then Facebook and YouTube. They are the preferred social media platforms. They're good, quick sound bites for people to get their information. And then AM and FM radio and traditional print, yes, they still have a good loyal audience, which is great. I'm glad that Kyle Radio is in the process of, when is it gonna be ready?
We'll be streaming on the internet on our webpage within a week or two.
Okay.
And we're just holding off to get enough of our local hosts. We have the capacity to start right now, but I'm not going to until we have enough of our local hosts to be true community radio. And then probably January on air. So we'll be doing both of those.
Oh, there you go.
And we have a Facebook page.
Which aligns perfectly, yeah, there's still lots of seniors that like to listen to the AM and FM radio. And then just the local media that we have around here that we use, for depending on the event and program to get the word out, Powell, Texas News, Community Impact, Hayes Free Press, Powell Radio, to be, and then, I don't know how you say it, KVUE?
KVUE.
Okay, TV, oh yeah, I don't know if it's right.
KView.
KView, there you go, KView, KView TV station, and then it's around here, because we are next to Big Austin, so Austin American Statesman newspaper. All right, so we talked about what each of our department uses, and as well as what the local trends are, and again, seniors is definitely 50 plus, 55 plus, and so there is a wide range. I think that's about 2 different generations in that same senior population, so it kind of gauges consumption of information across those 2 generations, and so.
We're 50 and disabled, independent disabled adults.
Yeah. And so with that in mind, this is kind of our kind of feedback, suggestions. Is there something completely left field that we have not thought about, and like Park and Rec or communications strategies of how they share programs and services for the whole city? Any thoughts?
I need to know with the board, are we supposed to come up with like the parks for the seniors to be able to use? Are we supposed to come up with whatever we feel needs to be to help the seniors, and then we give it to y'all and then goes to county, and is that how it's gonna work?
Advisory group.
Okay, so we come up with it and then give it to you, and then you all take it to the board, and then they are the ones that run with it.
Well,
to
this
fix it.
board. Yeah.
She's talking about this,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
you bring it here, we talk about it, then there's consensus, and then we take it up. to
Then you all
council.
take it to them.
But there are,
Go to transportation and
Oh.
public works
So
or.
communication, transportation, and disabled, getting around the city are important things for, as far as I'm working on with the county, so I'll just bring it to work here with.
May go to planning and zoning. If you're talking about housing especially, or businesses related to seniors, that might get kicked to planning and zoning.
Okay,
Ultimately,
we
it
don't
may
have
come
to
back
do
to
that,
that.
all I'm saying.
No,
We
yeah,
don't have to do that.
just the advisory board, and then it'll go to the appropriate department to council.
But I would say there are some short term, like some quick wins
Mhm.
that maybe it's something that staff can even adjust to, such as the suggestion of, hey, instead of using these type of Adirondack chairs, move to something different. That could easily be something that we could just adopt in-house. So there are some avenues there
Or
that
mix them.
doesn't necessarily have to go all the way, fully through. There's long-term goals, of
Mm.
course, and then the short-term. So those are just different, just to keep in mind that there are some actions that
Oh,
the city
okay.
staff could technically take as far as practices go.
Okay, thank you. I thought it was gonna take forever to get chairs.
But there are some things that do need council approval, of course.
There are some things that take forever, I'm sorry, they're just hard. That one probably won't be one of them.
So I guess what y'all heard today for communications sounds about right. That's is how you've heard other seniors for CAD, other senior programs, other senior facilities is consuming information. Okay, good. I just want to make sure that we're not missing a big note, you know.
One correction from the first meeting. Pam had,
Okay,
Pam had said that seniors don't use,
okay, I'm backtracking.
yeah.
And so, I did state how it was difficult for seniors to use internet, they're not used to it. And I